If I was to describe my journey in my life in 3 words, it would be eventful, challenging, and amusing. So I just think those words just sum up life very nicely. Erb's palsy is a brachial plexus injury that happens at birth. It's where the nerves in the shoulder and arm are damaged due to an abnormal childbirth. I have limited use of my left arm. Originally, when I was born, I had very little use of my shoulder and anything below that. I don't have feeling from my elbow down, and after a few operations they were able to restore some function back to my shoulder. That's why I had movement, but I really don't have any use of my left hand. As a kid growing up with that stuff, the only way you know how to deal with it is often to run away and cry and just bawl your eyes out, or run to like my mum or my dad and just be like, this just sucks. And at the time, all you just want is comfort. You don't want a solution at the time. You just want to be like, yeah, it does suck. I was a very healthy baby in the womb, and then all of a sudden it was like a surprise.
Fifth arm, lower arm, see 2 bones in the forearm. There.
Watching Laura do everyday things, it's extremely inspirational. It's always pushed me to be better and do better in everything that I do, because I can see her doing things just as good as any other person, but with one hand.
We met when we were actually very little, when we were born, really. We knew each other growing up when we were really little, but it wasn't until we were older that we kind of reconnected. Ashley needed help doing coffee with his coffee truck. He put a Facebook ad up and his mum shared it, and my mum saw it. A week later, I met Ashley and we became instant best friends. You were wondering like why I made coffee a certain way?
Because I didn't really pick up on her arm at all. Like, it just wasn't something that I noticed. Why is she making it like that? So I would ask her, like, pass me something, like pass her a jug, or just put syrup in a cup or do something. And I'd be like, oh, can you just pass me that jug? And she'd be like, no. I'm like, why?
I used to always question God. I used to get really angry as a kid about why I had a disability, but I used to always have so much faith that he would heal me. And you get those questions going, well, you believe in God, why did God create you like that? Why does God create anyone with a disability? There's these kids that I'm always around, and the oldest one of them is 6. He asks, he's like, Loz, why is your arm different? And I just said, well, I'm like Finding Nemo, and he totally got it, and just the look on his face was, oh yeah, of course you're like Nemo, you have a lucky fin. I used to just say I was like Nemo just to make it easy for kids, but I never saw my arm as a positive thing. Now, after seeing where I've come from and never being able to see my arm as a ability and always seeing it as a disability and a negative thing, after these last couple of months, I've been able to kind of flip that, and I definitely do see my arm as a lucky fin, and it's positive, and where I've come from is such a journey. When he proposed to me, and even before, because I knew he was going to propose, I didn't know on the day or anything like that. There was one thing that I probably told him once, and he had to remember it, otherwise he was going to get in so much trouble, and it was, do not get a ring to fit my left hand. I don't want to wear my ring on my left hand. But when he proposed, he didn't put it on my left hand. He got down on one knee. He was very romantic. Thinking about my disability in the future, there is so many things that still scare me. There's still so many things that I worry about. I do want to eventually get to that place where I'm totally comfortable. And Ashley plays such a huge role in that. He's going to be able to help me and go on that journey of learning how to do things and going through the frustration as well of trying stuff one way and that's not going to work. And then I'll get really frustrated at myself.
Yeah.
And then I'll pick myself back up and he'll pick me back up and we're going to work on that together. It was the same thing that my parents went through with me, like learning how to tie a shoelace for the first time. The amount of times it took me before I tied my first shoelace, like hundreds, but it's still a skill. And every skill, it's the same process of finally figuring out a way that works for me. It's still always the same frustrating process, but it gets better over time. And having someone there that, even though he might not get how hard it is for me, he's not going to let me give up.
Nope.
Or he's not going to make me feel bad because I'm not doing it yet. And even if it takes me a year to learn a skill, he's going to be there for me the times that I can't do it, and we'll pick it up until I can do it myself and I'm confident in it. So it's nice knowing that eventually we'll get there.